The 5 versions of light, the 5 versions of darkness. The bridegroom approaches. When they give all the honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah, His only begotten Son YAHAWASHI, who in the world ignorantly called Jesus. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone, taught me this truth through the Spirit. Single honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3 and to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Understand the parable of the 5 wise virgins and the 5 foolish virgins. You have 5 versions of the light and 5 versions of the darkness. Understanding the 5 versions of the light contain the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and uphold the faith. The 5 versions of darkness are the ones that does not have the faith, that does not have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. A lot of those people will be a lot of these modern day Christians today, especially. They have a zeal, not according to knowledge. That's a big difference. And then you just have the plain non-believers. But let's keep it within the realms of those who do deal with the Bible. So the 5 wise virgins would be those that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding dealing with prophecy. Because the Spirit of the Lord, the Messiah, YAHAWASHI, that is his name, is prophecy. If you're not talking about prophecy out of all these camps outside of GMS, you're not talking about prophecy. The Lord's not dealing with you. Okay? Because the wisdom really instilled is inside the prophecies. Right? And the prophecies is also instilled inside the law. So it's intertwined. And that's where our wisdom lies at and our law. Right? But nonetheless, let's get to it. When I say us, we're talking about the Hebrew Israelites, who biblically and through secular history will be the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. That's why there is no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites. An Israelite can look like anybody on earth, but you just have to try the Spirit by the Spirit. Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Now, I don't want to make this video long, so I'm going to be cutting through. We're going to go into the word wise and go into the word foolish to get a better understanding. This is Matthew 25:2. And I'm going down to the word wise. Intelligent, prudent, mindful of one's interests. So the wise virgins are the ones that was what? Mindful of what the Lord wanted. Understand? All right. And they had the wisdom. That's what the light is. The light is the wisdom. Let's get that. 2 Corinthians 4:5. For we preach not ourselves, but Mashiach, Yahawashai the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahawashai's sake. Here comes the point. Verse 6. For God, who commanded, the Most High, I should say, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahweh Mashiach. So we establish what the wisdom is. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding goes back to the light. Now let's go into the word foolish. All right. Foolish, impious, godless. How you go to the strong definition, the word is mortals. So to me, if you ask me, it's close to moron. I'm just saying. It says dull or stupid, as if shut up, heedless, morally blockhead, absurd, a blockhead, just a fool. Literally, you a damn fool, like they would say back in the day, which was a Wednesday. That's a joke. So going back to Matthew 25:3, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Understand oil. Back in those times, they had lamps where you would have to put the oil in and you would trim your lamp. like there will be a wicker, and there will be some kind of turning mechanism. And as you turn it a certain way, you can either dim your light or you can increase your light. But the more light that's increased, the more oil you're going to need, right? Like fuel for a fire. So like the elders of Great Millstone for decades have constantly been replenishing their spirits with this oil of light, because they are beacons of light. Understand that. Matter of fact, let's get that really quick. Matthew 5:14, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. We have the light that's shining, a beacon, a lighthouse in the depths of all of this darkness, in these tumultuous waves, in this stormy weather called life. We're that beacon of light when you're out to sea, tossed to and fro, not knowing where to go. That's us. Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, started with the elders of Great Millstone on down. You can look around you. It's a beautiful world we live in. Just the beauty of the Lord. Man has turned it into a hell. So there's darkness all around us, and people are trying to find how to get through it. Well, we have the light. We have the light. So let's get back. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. All right? We all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. This is how spiritual this is. Let me say this in this aspect. Understand the doomsday clock. They're always saying, 5 minutes to doomsday, and 2 minutes away, and 37.8 seconds away, or we just added 5 more seconds on. All that is synonymous to what? The bridegroom coming back. Who's the bridegroom? Oh, YAHAWASHI. You understand that? We're waiting for the bridegroom, and the bridegroom's going to be on his way here. Are you not prepared for the wedding? That's it. The whole purpose of us going out to the highways and byways or uploading these videos is for the hope for the elect, and to endure all things for the elect's sake, right? By the foolishness of preaching to save those that do believe, but also to prepare you for YAHAWASHI's return. That's what's so beautiful about it. Now listen again, Matthew 25:6, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, meaning they cut their lamps on. Now pay attention. Matthew 25, continuing on to verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. Salakia. And you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. So what does that mean? Go to them that sell the oil and buy from them. Well, technically, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, what we're doing is for free. Why? Because, like it says in Luke, we are unprofitable servants. We've done that what was asked of us. But we know what our compensation will be. Salvation. But do you really want to know how you're paying us? By paying attention. Because remember, what was given to us was free, so we should give it to you freely. All we're asking you is to pay attention. Because the more souls that we convert through the Spirit, we've covered a multitude of sins. But we still have to keep our hand to the plow. Never ending story. Nonetheless, the virgins who were foolish, they're like someone you try to teach in a sleep, in a slumber. You can't teach a fool, especially a fool that's asleep. And that's what the foolish virgins were. The people out here in this world, really, they are already blinded. But it goes back to see ye indeed and see not, hear ye indeed, perceive not. When it says they went and gave the book, the Bible, to a man of learning, a man of understanding, and he said he can't read it, he can't understand it. That just goes to show you, man, that the Lord deal with a separation. There are some who are going to get it, some who are not going to get it. Just pray that you're one of those wise virgins in this world that has not. When you think about virgin, it's not talking about sexually having slept with the man over the woman. Because you're going to have believers of men and women, right? But who have not been defiled with idols, idolatry. Like spiritual fornication is what separated us from our power. Because back during that time, you know, when YAHAWASHI was on the scene with Paul and the other apostles in the apostleship, our people were worshiping, they were praying to Diana of Ephesus. You know, they were worshiping Bacchus, celebrating Bacchus. Serapis Christus, they were worshiping him, the flower pot god, whom today the people call Jesus Christ, who's actually a man named Caesarea Borgia. Those are the foolish. Those are the ones who are not following the customs and the ways of our people. That's why they're not wise, because they're not following the RAWACHAA QADASH, the spirit of truth, which shall reveal unto you all things that the world cannot receive. But understand this, though. I got to bring this out about the foolish. This is Sirach 22:7. Whoso teacheth a fool is as one that glueth a potsherd together, and is he that waketh one from a sound sleep. Now imagine a potsherd, you know, where you will put soil in and, you know, seeds, and you will hope that it germinates and grows. How you gonna grow a thing in that when they can't hold no water? In other words, ain't no sense in trying to glue back a broken glass, is what I'm trying to say. That's what it's like trying to teach wisdom to a fool, because they can't hold wisdom, because remember, wisdom is also like water. Oh, the Lord is so beautiful with his analogies. Remember, the Lord said, he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. What's that coming out your belly? Wisdom. Understand? So, and when you wake somebody from a sound sleep, and you trying to tell them something, they just not wake. They coming back to the world. Who's that? Tevin Campbell. That song, "Come Back to the World, Come Back to the World." I just thought about that song. Well, yeah, when you sleep, man, you in another dimension. Remember, we're spiritual beings trapped inside these carnal bodies, chains of darkness. Yeah, so. That's another one. And the next verse I want to bring out real quick about to give you understanding of the foolish as well. So, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, this is in the Apocrypha. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in a slumber. When he hath told his tale, he will say, what is the matter? Exactly. They don't know what the hell's going on. Right now, these people we be trying to wake up in the matrix, they fast asleep. And we shaking the hellaciousness out of them to wake up, and the house is on fire. Matthew 25:9. But the wise answer, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door and was shut. Now, understand this. When they say they go buy oil, see, this it's showing you something physically to do, but understand the spiritual aspect of what it says to go buy oil. Because oil could be used to what? Trim a lamp. It could be used to anoint. It could be used as a supplement of some sorts. Right? But understand this, though. I thought about this precept, though, when they kept talking about go to buy. Wisdom of Solomon. Not Wisdom of Solomon. Solomon wrote Proverbs. Proverbs 9:4. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that want of understanding, she saith to him, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish. So those who want understanding and wisdom, you have to do what? Forsake the foolish. So the wise virgins, they always forsook them because they would tell them, hey, make sure you go get your oil. Hey, you praying? You fasting? You keeping the Shabbat to the best of your ability? You know, are you being circumspect? Are you examining thyself? You know, they ain't doing none of that. So the hell with you then. Like Elder Pastor Gabar said, you cannot ride on another brother's coattail into the kingdom of heaven. You got to do your work. You got to put your work in, man. Right? Nonetheless, Proverbs 9:6. Forsake the foolish and live. So we want to live. So we got to forsake them. Remember, can two walk together except they be agreed? And on top of that, do you want to be there when their judgment come? I don't want to be in the vicinity, but if I am, I pray it don't come near me. So I need to distance myself as much as I can so that when it does come, it don't be near me. Forsake them foolish fools, man. Forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. Now I'm going to read these next two verses to understand why it's a waste of time anyway to try and wake them up. He that reproveth a scorner getteth himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. So, once again, like I said, every Israelite in the world not going to be black, so to say. They're going to like everybody on the face of the earth. So you have to try the spirit by the spirit. So everyone's get trials with wisdom. Matthew 25:10 close out soon. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door Salakia. Matthew 25:10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not. That's cold. We talking about the son of the only begotten son of Yahawah telling you, I don't know you. Man. And who else you gonna have? Who else are you gonna have to be there for you? Esau don't want you. Satan don't want you. The world don't want you. Now you all alone. Verse 13. Watch therefore, for ye know not. Salakia. Ooh. Had to sneeze, y'all. Apologize. But Matthew 25:13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. And that's so true because, remember, we're gathering for on the highways and byways for the marriage because we're trying to be saved. And YAHAWASHI is on the way. Pay attention. Matthew 22:9. Go ye therefore unto the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there were men which had not on a wedding garment. So you got to get the oil for the wet, and you got to get the garment for the wet, and you got to, come on. Come on. Verse 12, and he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen. So with that being said, I understand the wise virgins are those of the elect, the 144,000, the 1/3, which mainly consists of women and children, and some token men. The foolish virgins would be 2/3, period. No heathen has a chance of salvation, but 2/3, period, will be who the unwise virgins, the virgins of darkness, whether they have a zeal for the Lord, pure zeal, but not according to knowledge, you still fall into that category. But like I always like to refer to in Psalms 115:3, our God is in the heavens. He do whatsoever he pleaseth. So with that being said, pray you was edifying, fed, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent, kwama sha'Allah, mafla babal, shalom.